G'day guys, welcome back to Luke's Fishin Mission. We're just down the river again today. So the last couple of videos I've done have been on Flathead. So I've actually had a really good response to those. A lot of people sort of said, Luke, can you do more Flathead? Can you do more land-based? Obviously it's something a lot of people do. And that's what I like to pride myself on with Luke's Fishin Mission. Doing the sort of fishing that's in reach of a lot of people. And certainly this time of year, it's time for Flathead. We're gearing up. So the last time I fished here was out of the boat. With the high tide. It's low tide now, late afternoon, so I'm going to try and push myself a little bit today. So that was on plastics that day, did really well. I've used hard bodies down here in a previous video. Today I'm going to try top water for Flathead. So in shallow water I find about a metre or less, they're quite willing to come up to the surface to strike your lure on the top. So yeah, they may even come up further than that, higher than that. I'm unsure if they go more than a metre, probably do, but yeah, I've sort of mainly caught them in about 1 metre or less. Love to know if you guys at home have caught them in deep water, if they've come up out of 2 or 3 metres to eat off the top. Be really cool to know, but it's going into late afternoon, running out tide. So I've seen a few flatty layers on the sand. Let's see if we can catch a few on popper. Yeah guys, so I've said it in previous videos when I've been land-based, I've actually walked out. And my last video actually, where I was fishing with the brother-in-law and he was fishing bait, I actually walked out across the sand and I spooked a couple. They're generally really close to the edge of the bank here, so don't underestimate how shallow they're willing to sit in. I am going to walk out a little bit, but don't be surprised if I spook a few, because they do push up right in the shallow water where you wouldn't even expect them to be. But I'm on the popper now. Let's see if we can get maybe a few flathead, maybe a trevally, something like that cruising through here. There's a little bit of a drop off up here I can see, where the deeper water, sort of the shallow water, drops into the deeper water and the tide is going that way. So I might even position myself on those rocks, cast this way and bring it back with the flow, because it is an outgoing tide. That's where I would be if I was a flathead, on that little bit of a drop. Oh yep, on. I don't know what we got here. Oh, I lost it. Have I? Yeah, I lost it. Damn. I think it was a little trevally. But I was just saying, on the edge of that drop off where the flow's going just over it, that's exactly puts my theory to bed. Yes, there's a fish on the popper. There we go. Fish on the popper. I hope it's a flatty. Hope I land it. Upcoming tide. Flathead will be pushing up here. It's silvery. A little trevally. Little trevally. Check him out. Little guy with a yellow tail. I'm not sure what sort of trevally that actually is. It's not a GT. It's weird looking. Very weird looking. Now that is a very odd trevally. I've never seen a trevally with fins like this guy. Look at those. They are crazy. That is crazy. Wow. To get a few photos of that guy. Never caught one of those trevally before. Yeah, big one there facing this way, big one, smaller one facing that way. Check that out. Obviously it's a little gully and the water flow is going this way and this way with the tide, so they're sitting there in that flow getting the fish that's coming off the flats or coming onto the flats and getting funneled to them. That's what they're doing there. Try and work it out. Think like a fish. Okay guys, just a bit of a change of tactic. I reverted back to the old faithful atomic prong that sinks down to the bottom. Little 3-inch prawn soft plastic. I got the one trevally on top water and one other hit. Certainly wasn't setting the world on fire. So the sun's still up a little bit, to be honest. So I'm going to go plastic, and then maybe in half an hour, 45 minutes, when that sun gets a bit lower and it's lower light periods, that's certainly the better time for top water. Low light, early morning, late afternoon. So I'll revert back to the popper when the light gets a little bit more dim and see if I can get that one on top water. But in the interim, I've gone to the prong, 3-inch prawn. We'll see how we go, if we can land a couple. Oh, straight away. What have we got? What have we got? That was like I think that was the first cast. I think that was legit first cast. Little flathead straight away. It's only small. But it goes to show when a plan's not working, just change it up. Just like that. And the result was instantaneous. Only a baby, but I'm confident now I might get a few more. And I'll change back to the top water as that sun gets a little bit down and it gets a bit darker, as I mentioned. There you go. Probably only a 32 centimetre fish. He's going back. But that's pretty cool. I did want to try and get one on top. Wasn't happening. So don't be afraid to change up things when it's not working. You go out with a goal, you go out with an intention. But if it's not working, don't keep doing it. That'll just be dumb. So I changed it up and that just confirmed it. Little prong, little flatty. All right, it's going back. Let's get a bigger one anyway. See a champion? Check this out. Flatty lays there. 1, 2, 3. That's a cracker. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 flatty lays in about 5 meters by 10 meters square area, 50 square meters. That's insane. Why are they here? Why are there so many in one spot? Well, there's a little creek that's coming off the flats here. Maybe that might have something to do with it. And it's draining out. A little bit lower. Composition of rocks and sand. Could be a few things, but I'm pretty confident now walking out here that I might hook one of these guys. I'll be just waiting out here now in the deeper water. On here, guys, just in the shallows, probably about 5 meters out from where I am. Bit better fish, this guy. It's a flathead for sure. He's actually not too bad. He'd be a keeper. I'll probably just let him go anyway. But yeah, another fish here. Ooh. Got a little more toe about him. I'm pretty much right out the front of where all them flatty lays were before that I showed you. Alrighty, there we go. It's actually a pretty nice fish. He'd be awesome fish for dinner, but I don't need to keep any more fish. I've got a bunch at home, so pretty cool though. Yeah, it's a nice fish. Just walking the flats, using the atomic prong, nice light gear. In the middle of town, so relaxing doing this sort of thing. It's a Saturday afternoon, I'm using a 2500 egg beater, my 4 to 10 pound samurai reaction, and a little 3-inch prong. I think the jig head is a, well, it's definitely an atomic seekers. It's about a 1/8 or a 1/6 with a 2/0 hook. That's a beautiful fish. Anyone will be happy with that. Take that home for dinner. That's the perfect size for dinner, but I'm going to release him anyway. If you want to keep one, that's just the perfect size right there. Awesome. And yeah, right out the front of where the flatty lays were, just here. So look out for subtle little cues like that. It gives you a really good indication on where to fish. I'm certainly going to pepper this later with the popper and hope to get one on the surface. That's good camouflage. Look at that, sitting on the bottom there. See you, mate. Thank you. So I'm finding myself asking myself why there's so many flatty lays here. There's like 14 in such a small area. Now, I did show before one little creek there, but there's a second one and a third one over there, and as it's draining out, these fish are probably sitting here very close to where that confluence of where that quarter meets the main creek, and it's sitting here eating bait fish as it's coming off the flats with the receding water. That's what I can put it down to. You have to ask yourself, when you see subtle cues like that, take notice of them and ask yourself why. Or where would I be if I were a fish? Pressure points, back eddies, structure, and bait. you got all those things, and no matter what fish you're chasing, you will find them close by to that. Yeah guys, just wrapping up today's session. Came down here for a few hours. Didn't really tick the bucket of what I wanted to do today. I had an objective to catch a flathead on top water on popper. I did get a little trevally. Got no idea what sort of trevally that is actually, so if you know, please drop a comment on it. Crazy fins on it, yellow. Not sure what the hell trevally that was, but I've never caught one of them before. So new species, so all's not lost, I suppose. Persisted with the popper for a while, just got that trevally and that was it. And then changed over the ever faithful atomic prong and banged 2 flathead, 1 small one nice fish. I'm a little bit disappointed. I had that objective to get 1 on popper, but you know, when things aren't going your way in a certain tactic or technique or lure, make sure you change it up. And I guess that's the moral to this story. I'm still disappointed, but I probably shouldn't be, because I still got 2 other fish, and one of which anyone should be happy to keep a flathead like that or catch a flathead like that. It was nearly 50 centimeters, so it's still a nice fish, perfect for eating. But yeah, just didn't tick that bucket. But I guess, like I said, moral to the story, if something's not working, make sure you change it up. Don't ever just keep persisting with, well, sometimes that does work, but your odds are better if you change it up and find a method that actually does work for you on that day. Certain days one thing will work, next day something completely different will work. But yeah guys, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers, bye.